This council meeting on May 16, 2023 has come to order. I would like to have the prayer by Dudley Evans and the Pledge of Allegiance. Go ahead, Dudley.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Let us pray. We thank you, Father God, for the day you've given us, for the beautiful weather so far, in and out of the storms, but we know, God, today's a good day you created. We rejoice and we're glad in it. Blessings of life. Pray for the City of Harriman Council now as they conduct the business of this city. Move it forward, Father God, with great revenue streams to come in, Father, more and more as the blessings of God be applied upon it. Protect the citizens, protect the staff, Father God, as well from all harm and evil. Give us a good evening as well. We ask it all in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval for correction of the minutes of April 18, 2023. Oh, roll call. Go ahead.
Brian Frost.
Here.
Tim Johnson.
Here.
Alicia Harris.
Here.
John Brackett.
Here.
Travis Kirkland.
Here.
Kenyon Me.
Here.
Approval of correction of minutes of April 18, 2023.
Motion. Second.
You have anything?
No, sir.
Go ahead, Teresa.
Brian Frost.
Yes.
Tim Johnson.
Yes.
Alicia Harris.
Yes.
John Brackett.
Yes.
Travis Kirkland.
Yes.
Kenyon Me.
Yes.
Approval to pay salaries. I need a motion.
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second. Second.
You have anything?
Yes.
Go ahead, Teresa.
Brian Frost.
Yes.
Tim Johnson.
Yes.
Alicia Harris.
Yes.
John Brackett.
Yes.
Travis Kirkland.
Yes.
Kenyon Me.
Yes.
Approval to pay bills. Need a motion.
I'll motion.
Need a second.
Second.
Either y'all have anything?
No.
Go ahead, Teresa.
Brian Frost.
Yes.
Tim Johnson.
Yes.
Alicia Harris.
Yes.
John Brackett.
Yes.
Travis Kirkland.
Yes.
Kenyon Me.
Yes.
Next, we're going to hear citizens' comments. You have 3 minutes at the podium.
Hi, Barry Paulson with Darkness Entertainment. We have the Tennessee Pirate Fest coming up this weekend and next weekend. So I'm dressed up because I was on WBAR today, and gratefully we were on BBB TV last week, and then we're on WATE tomorrow. So we're spending a lot of money to promote Harriman, and we're just very grateful for the opportunity that the city has given us. And we encourage everyone to come and tell your friends and bring your families. So,
Well, thank you. Thank you.
any questions?
Thank you so much.
Okay, appreciate it.
Anyone else like to come up and speak? We'll move into reports. HEB.
Okay, good, thank you. I'll just mention, first of all, you may have seen, we put a Facebook post out yesterday. We are starting a public survey to gauge the community's interest in us bringing fiber broadband internet to this area. If we were to do this, it would only affect HEB electric customers that are located in Roane County. But if you get a phone call or an email, please respond. All we ask is that you're honest and with the questions, because that really determines our path forward, whether we continue to move forward or whether we table the idea entirely. So I'm really looking forward to hearing the feedback about that. I'm also talking to several folks around the community about a TVA grant opportunity that's coming up. It's called Connected Communities. I'm actually learning a lot about it this week. I've got a meeting scheduled with them. We're going to be putting together a grant application, and they're looking for innovative ideas that will better our community. So I'm talking to Roane State, county executive, the local folks, school system, just looking for a way that we can work together and partner and maybe take advantage of some grant money right here in Roane County. And then lastly, I'll just mention that I appreciate the city manager letting us know about the paving project. We are working with the city to make sure that we are out of the way and that we're prepared for the paving project. So I think we're ready. Thank you for that.
Awesome.
Thank you, Candace.
Thank you, Candace.
Treasurer?
Thank you, sir. Council members, you have the executive summary in front of you there, and as you can see, we are still having our continued growth in the local option sales tax, and we're on pace for about approximately 10% growth for the fiscal year. And I would like to mention that Teresa and myself and Scott have been working on the budget. You all, I believe, have a copy of the, let me emphasize, draft version of the budget. It is there's still some areas that are completely not updated yet, but we were moving along very quickly with that, and we've made excellent progress, especially compared to years in the past. I think it's very possible for us to have a budget finalized before the end of the fiscal year. Any questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you. City Attorney?
Not a lot to add tonight. We have worked on a couple of annexations lately. We have filed the delinquent tax suit, I believe, since the last time we met. We have about 250 properties that are in the delinquent tax suit. So we've got all of that done, and it is all on file with the Chancery Court, and that process is proceeding rapidly. So that's pretty much what we've done over the last 30 days, among other things.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
City Manager?
Thank you, Vice Mayor, members of City Council. Since we weren't able to have a quorum our last 2 weeks ago, I'm just going to sort of combine my report to cover all of them this evening. But I was talking with Teresa earlier. We're truly blessed to live in Harriman, Tennessee. Beautiful time of year and a lot of things going on. Candace mentioned our paving project, and we're looking at the latest edition of the Direction. Rogers Group is in town today, mobilizing their equipment, cleaning off the sides of the street, and they hope to get started by the end of this week or the first of next week. So we're really excited about that. Going to be a great service for those citizens living in that area, and we're already working on streets for next year, so we can get on the list for that. Like I said, HUB in the city, we had our monthly meeting about 2 weeks ago, and it was good conversation, good communication, talking about the streets that were going to be paved, future projects they had. So what we did do, one of the streets that we had bid out, they've got a sewer project, so we decided to move that to a different location. We changed out a street that we're actually going to do from Roane Street to Margrave. It's a short stretch, but it is in dire need of
Milling.
What's that? Milling. Thank you. Yeah, milling, and make that, and it's a highly traveled road, so the costs, they were almost equal. So we're going to come in under budget, I think, with our paving project, but I think our citizens will be really happy with that. And again, kudos to Candace and HUB staff. That was just our monthly meeting, so good communication. Pansy Hill, in our last monthly meeting, we didn't get an update from TDOT about the Pansy Hill Bridge repair, so we're currently waiting on a railroad agreement and approval from the local programs office for that project to be let. Our 127-957, which was started in 2017, and it had sort of been laying low for quite a few years. We have resurrected that, and that is all our signal interchanges. They are really old throughout the city. So this grant is a 100% grant. We're waiting on the QHP to come back. That has come back, and now we're just waiting on TDOT to respond to that. So we'll move forward with that. On our sidewalk grant, I talked to Jeremy Langford of Wiser today. TDOT accepted our bid rejection. They were waiting on a response from HUB, and I saw an email today from Heath. They looked at the plans. We made sure we didn't make that mistake again. So the plans that Wiser submitted, which would include lighting and the conduit, Heath has communicated that with them, so everybody between Weiser, HEB, and the city should be on the know. That'll get submitted for TDOT's final approval, and that's one we've been pushing on for that very small section, paving Rome Street, which is supposed to happen next year through the state, beginning in April. We've got to get this project done, so we'll continue to push them and TDOT as well to get that project let, bid, and underway. Charlie had a battle with Martha at y'all seats before you got here. Who could leave the most stuff for you? I think he's here. Yeah, there he is right there. But some of the stuff he left for you, left a golf towel and a list of events that's going to take place on Saturday, June the 10th. Harriman does have the oldest 9-hole public golf course in the state, and we're going to celebrate their birthday on June the 10th. You've got the calendar of events that Charlie's laid out there. Also, if you watch Facebook, Charlie and I were at the splash pad today. A lot of questions, a lot of excitement. It's up and running, and we will open that to the public this coming Friday. Baseball and softball seasons have gone well. They're ending soon. On Saturday, May the 20th, they'll have a season-ending softball tournament, and then Dixie Youth Baseball All-Stars will begin right after that. Charlie, anything else you want me to add for Parks and Rec?
No, that's good.
You sure?
So you said splash pad this Friday opening?
Yes, ma'am.
So you all will be advertising that on the Facebook also?
I'm fixing to post it right now.
Well, get on it, Charlie.
Say, I thought it was already posted, so. And Charlie will. He'll get on it. He will.
I think he was there till about 2 o'clock posted last night. I don't know if they were out there at all.
They finished the repairing of the plaster and painting in the main part of the library, and I've got some slides to show you here in just a second. Mr. Goldschmidt, who is doing that work, I met with him yesterday. He started downstairs in the children's portion, and that's all going to get completely repaired and painted. The heating and air, and I've got a slide up there, on the 3rd floor had gone out. It was about 20 years old, so David Brannon, our maintenance guy, along with Dwight Pierce Jr. worked together, and we got that fixed, and it is much more manageable and feels a whole lot better on that 3rd floor. Our summer book series, summer reading series is scheduled. Connie reported that they have a full slate in the reading program. They distributed posters and flyers out to all the local schools, including Oakdale, Dill Springs, Midtown Elementary, and Bowers, and so they're underway for registration. To get a chance during the summer to drop in on those, they are really informative. I've got another slide for that, so I'll show you that here in a minute. So when you go through all your paperwork, Martha has updated you all on the events not only this week, but we did have to postpone because of the severe weather we're having right now, our candlelight vigil. We figured that would happen. And the reason why we made the decision so early, it included Bagpipes, the group from Bowers Elementary, a bunch of people from outside that wanted to make that candlelight service really memorable and honorable. So we figured it would be best to make that decision early just so everybody could plan, and we will have that next Tuesday night at 7:30. June 3rd will be our community-wide yard sale. I don't know if Cornstalk Heights, are they participating in that, Bruce?
I think so.
Okay. We try and do that in conjunction, so June 3rd will be our community-wide yard sale. And then I brought an example right here. Martha has started this program, and it's going to be a rocking chair program. So we brought this one as an example. We had entries, a lot of people entered, and only 20 entries were chosen to decorate a rocking chair. And then each of these rocking chairs will be placed along Rome Street, and everybody will get to vote on their favorite rocking chair. And so the winner will get $200, and that winner will be announced at Hooray for Harriman on our Labor Day Festival. So this was the first one that came in. That was Megan Gillespie's design. And we had a wide range of artists. So it's a way to celebrate local artists, but also a place to sit down and enjoy downtown Harriman. So we will be getting those out on the streets by June the 5th. And we'll remind everybody to start voting on that.
Lock them down.
Many thanks to Rhone Alliance. We've had our first 2 Rockin' on Rhones, and we've had rain both times, but the bands have been outstanding, and everybody had a really good time, but we couldn't have done that without Rhone Alliance's help. And I asked Justin to be here. I think he's got a brief report for council. Correct, Justin?
I do, yes.
Okay. All right, so I'll let Justin, if you want to come up now.
You just voted in president.
Thank you, Scott. I've got a couple of handouts. You want to help me start handing this stuff out here? Tonight I want to share with you guys the 2022 Rhone Alliance annual report. And then I have a return on investment for the city of Harriman for your contribution to the Rome Alliance, okay?
Thank you. Thank you, Dave.
So I'll start with the annual report, and I would encourage you to take time to go through it. It shows the full scope of work that our entire team does. I'm proud of this year's report. We're working on even a better report for 2023. So just a few highlights. There was a couple of firsts this year in Roane County. The Tackle Leadership Conference for the first time was held in Roane County. And I think part of that event was held at Gates Hall right here in Harriman. I've been to many ribbon cutting events, but we had the first ribbon tying event at Jamestown Assisted Living. The Emergency Response Training Facility in Oak Ridge. We opened that building earlier this year, but we got the certificate of occupancy on October 31st. That building was delivered under budget and on time. And a lot of people don't realize, but the Industrial Development Board of Roane County, we own that building. So we lease it to CNSY 12. 9 consecutive years of positive net job growth. So that's not to say that we have companies that lose jobs, because we do, but we're gaining more jobs than what we're losing. 9 consecutive years of positive net job growth. Since COVID, the county's population, this is good. We're in growth mode. We've increased 3% since COVID in the county. And I'm strongly tied to the Roane County Industrial Development Board, and in 2022 we had $1.4 million in land sales. We're about to run out of land in our business parks, industrial parks, so that's a good thing. We're getting close to making an announcement here for the county. Lots of good jobs for the citizens of Roane County. Worked on this one for a while. It's probably the biggest project win maybe ever in the county. I'm talking 1,000 jobs. Over $100 million investment. I wish I could tell you who it is, but we're getting close. But it's manufacturing, good paying manufacturing jobs, and it's a huge win for our county.
Good. That's good news.
Yeah. As far as the return on investment report, we do appreciate y'all's investment to the Roane Alliance each and every year. I hope you consider contributing again this year. I'll always come and show you on paper what we invest as far as sponsorships, marketing, events, promotions, to help bring people to Harriman and in Roane County. So you can see it detailed out. But I'd like to take it a step further and show you how our team, the Roane Alliance, how we either put on events or help with events in Harriman. And we also like to show the ribbon cuttings that we do, Business of the Month, and then Education Matters. I know every year we have a career fair right here at Harriman High School. And then I'm out actively recruiting for jobs too. So that concludes my report, and I'll answer any questions that you might have.
That job fair y'all just had was amazing.
We had more participants in that job fair. There was over 1,000 kids that went through.
That's great.
And there was over 70 vendors, you know. Wow. And it's important, especially for middle school, for those kids to go through and start thinking right now and seeing what's available, so they can start thinking, what do I want to do?
Yes,
you don't want to start thinking when you're a junior. You have to start thinking earlier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Thank you for it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Any other questions? I can assure you, I'll tell you this, I was voted in as the permanent president CEO of the Roane Alliance this past Thursday.
Congratulations.
So we have a brand new team, okay? Thank you. Brand new team. I'm new, but we've got a hungry team that's wanting to learn. Right now is the time to partner with us. Our arms are open. We're going to be out in front, so I think you're going to like this team, and we're going to look forward to working not only with Harriman, but with all the other cities too, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, you did a great job with the gala too. That was,
On what?
That was awesome. The gala, the Roane Alliance Gala.
Yeah.
That one, yeah. I mean, I know it was a minute back, but it was awesome. I had a great time.
Best one we've ever had. Okay, I'm gonna brag on our team. That's our biggest fundraiser of the year, and we beat last year's numbers by 23% on gross.
Awesome.
We had 6% more expenses, so we spent more money, but we had 33% more on net profit.
Great.
And that pays for about half of the operating budget with the Alliance. So it was an outstanding event.
It was.
fun.
It was. I had a wonderful time. Met a lot of good people.
Yeah.
First time I've been there, and it was amazing.
Good. Yeah. Thank you, I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you.
Thanks, Justin.
You're more than welcome.
A couple other grants I want to update you on. Our interchange lighting grant, if you recall, that's it's replacing the high mast lights on exit 347. Also adding, I think, additional 28 traffic lights down through there, Candace, along Highway 27, I think. That's a 50-50 grant. It is currently on track. It's scheduled to be lit on June 23rd of 2023. So they did tell us TDOT replacing the high mast lights, changing those over and turning them into LED would be a very quick turnaround. All the street lights down through there from Kentucky Fried Chicken to Holiday Inn Express will be underground utilities. That might take a little bit longer, but currently that thing is still on track for being completed on time. We are currently applying for the 2023 Healthy Built Environment Grant. KETA is heading that up, and we can use that to refurbish some of our outside basketball courts. That's a 100% grant. Hopefully we will get that. It's up to $80,000 with no match. Really proud and happy, and I think I speak for HUB. The TDEC ARPA grant contract has been fully executed and ready to proceed. And if you recall, back in the fall, that's where we took a portion of our money, partnered with the county and with HUB on that TDEC grant. So I know Candace is ready to get it going as well. Chris mentioned we're going to give out a draft budget of our budget. One thing we talked about was trying to get this in years past. It's been October, it's been August, so our goal was to get a budget to you all so we could have it when the fiscal year begins in July 1. Bear and I've had numerous conversations about that, and Jess Tidwell, but we've been working diligently on that. Chris and finish up some different parts of the audit, but meeting with our department heads. So what we'll give you during the workshop, we'll go into a brief explanation about what you can do with that draft budget and how to read that. If you've not been down at Riverfront Park, our new pier, they have formed up the abutments. They're hoping to pour this week if weather will cooperate. The dock is ready. The gangway has been built, so all they've got to do is pour the concrete, wait for it to cure, and we will have a ribbon cutting once they float that and have it in place. Harriman Housing, I'm pleased to announce, I spoke with Amy, starting on June the 6th, she will be coming and give a Harriman Housing report to all members of our council, an update. We'll try and do that monthly, just like HUB, just like our treasurer, our city attorney, and myself. Many thanks to Greg Buckles. If you notice, people are very happy. We've got our veterans banners back up. Now, we lost one in the river in the storm last week, so we're going to have to replace that one. But part of that program, it's unique from other cities that have done it. Anybody who buys those banners, a portion of it goes to our VFW and American Legion here in Harriman. So the VFW has benefited from $210 and the American Legion $30 of our sale of banners, and I think we've got probably 12 more to put up, which I know Dave is looking very much forward to putting those up. Our new website, our old website that the city purchased years and years ago, had over 600 pages, and it was not user-friendly. You could not go there to conduct the business of the city. Martha and I have been looking for the past 6 months, a very cost-effective organization to change that over. The group we were with said you could reskin it, it would cost $12,000. And so the company we decided to go with, our website's going to come out this week, and when it's opened up, when it's launched, it will be small, but the group we're working with is local, and we'll be able to expand, and we'll really push that on Facebook. What would you like to see on our website? So our ability to grow is going to be very easy, to be very user-friendly, to post bids. Anything that has to do with city business, it would take hours to get those things posted on our old website. So this is going to be much user-friendly, easier for us to be able to post things, and I think be a much more benefit to our citizens, and that will open up this week. Also proud to announce that the city, along with Harriman Rotary Club, we sponsored 2 students this year from Harriman High School. We sponsored a boy, but we were also able to sponsor a girl thanks to working with Rhone State, and Melanie Hillenbrand, is that her name?
Hillenbrand, yeah.
Yes, and so it's the first time, they've not had a girl state since the pandemic started, but it's the first time that Harriman has sent a girl in many years, and it's the first time a girl has represented every high school in our county then they can remember. So great program, and looking forward to those kids coming back and giving the council a report. I do have some pictures for you. I mentioned, and I'll go through these very quickly. This is what our library looked like before. You can see the plaster was torn up, dropping from some moisture, need to be repainted. On the right is the downstairs. I think that's downstairs in Nikita. You can't see that right there, but just what it looked like before. And you go in there, it looks like a brand new building. On the left there is the mini split unit that Dave Brandon was able to install for our third floor. Put heating and air up there, and extra thanks to Dwight Pierce Jr. who came and used some of his expertise to help Dave out. This is from our homeschool program, and we were very honored to have Senator Ken Yeager here present Connie Massengill with a declaration for being an author and doing such a good job in our children's programs. I was tickled to death to go out to Rome to Harriman High School and listen. Miss Stout's class did business proposals for the city of Harriman and what they would like to see in the city. So these are just pictures I took of each one. The kids were really excited. I know a couple of y'all wanted to see their presentation, so when I told Miss Stout, she said her kids, and they were all seniors, were really excited. So to me, it did my heart good to see these young kids care about their hometown and want to see some changes. Most of them wanted restaurants and bowling alleys. So we talked about how you go about that process. But it was a good day spent in Miss Stout's class. Gates Hall is fantastic, but you got off that elevator, the walls were dirty and looked terrible. It was not a real welcoming. So we had inmates from the county along with Dave and Jess. They painted that interior. If you've not been up there lately, it looks a lot better and it's cleaner. We were able to make some changes, good changes to our fire station number 2. We had state prisoners, and they have been with us for about 3 weeks. If you've not been down to Flour Mill Flats, they cleaned that fence line off. They spent 2 weeks doing that. They went out to one of the old cemeteries off Morning Drive. They've cleared that off for us, and then we're also to utilize that labor to lay down new floor. Had old asbestos in station number 2. It wasn't peeling, but it was old and dirty, been there. So they were able to put that down in a matter of 2 or 3 days, and it looks fantastic. So it's a big improvement for fire station number 2. Charlie and his crew at the golf course last Friday had a big work day. We don't have everybody pictured. Charlie did put pictures on the Facebook, but had a big turnout right there, and a lot of work got done to make our golf course even better. Right now, Chief Tapp is not here. If you remember, he's in Quantico, Virginia at the FBI Academy. He's going to a training for leadership for police departments that are 50 members and under. So these are pictures he sent to me today. He's in class all week there. And of course, we always want to encourage more in community events. Bowers Elementary. Bowers Elementary is having their field day. So not only do our police officers and our firefighters go out, but they have 2 shifts that go out and help throughout the day for 3 days. And so this is classic. I told Jared Underwood, he's one of our police officers, Hayden Hearn up there, one of our firefighters at the top. I think these are first graders, I think. Now you look at Jared at first, I said, man, that looks like an athlete. He's coming out of football position. But then when you look, he's gotten beaten off the start terribly by these kids. And by Hayden up top. And so we took another picture right here. Poor Jared is finishing dead last, but the firefighters brought it home. And so anyway, they had a lot of fun out there, and it's just good community and public relations for our guys. Here's a picture here. Chief, Assistant Chief were out there from our fire department, and Hayden and Jared and just some of the kids. So we did post these pictures. The top 2 is all hands on deck. Getting the splash pad ready last week. We changed the filter or the gasket on our bucket. It did not work right last year, and the kids were disappointed. Dave used the bucket truck, and we used our Parks and Recs guys, so we've got that. It is great. It's ready to go. We ran through and checked all the chemicals today, posted that on Facebook, so that will open again on Friday to the public. These 3 pictures down here were the young men from Docket who were forming up and getting ready to pour for our new pier at Riverfront Park. We built this back in the covered batting cage. That was back in the winter through our Parks and Rec. This is just an example of the Lady Blue Devils softball team, and it has been used by our youth league, by our middle school, and our high school. So it's been a good addition down to Flour Mill Flats. But I wanted to end my report this evening. Harriman pulled a big upset last night. They beat Oliver Springs, so they will play at home tomorrow night against Wartburg at 6 o'clock, and that's for the region championship. And they are guaranteed a sub-state game, but if you get a chance tomorrow night, come out and support these young ladies. They've done a fantastic job. Can't say much for the coach, but the ladies have done really well. So that's it for my report, unless you have any questions. And sorry for the lead.
I'm going to tell you something real quick on the splash pad. I've got my grandbabies down there the last 2 years, every time I've kept them. And people are coming from everywhere, all different counties to that splash pad.
They are. I mean, it's a great addition to the city, and it's a lot of fun to be had, parents and kids alike.
Yep. Thank you for your report, Scott. Thank you, Scott. Moving into new business. Discuss and possibly approve resolution R0523-01, a resolution of the city council of the city of Harriman extending the corporate limits of the city of Harriman by annexing into the city identified as tax parcels 008.01 and 008.02, Group A, tax map 046F, located at 125 and 198 Atkinson. It's Mark Allen Patton property. It's HPC 2023-01. Anyone have any questions on that?
Yeah, I do. The date in it's need to be changed on the public hearing to the 16th, and also there's not an exhibit 1 attached to it.
Okay.
So I don't know what exhibit 1 was. Was it the map or the date?
Would this have been, that map, would it have been in our previous package, Scott?
The plan of services.
Yeah.
Plan of services.
Yeah, I was asking Keith. I couldn't hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't have it either.
Good stuff. You good?
Yeah, we'll have to change that date.
Okay. I need a motion. Need a second.
I'll second put it on the table to discuss.
Okay, so you want to move it forward to the next meeting?
I mean, we can discuss it now with the
What?
motion in a second, if y'all want.
Okay. We'll do it now.
I just wanted to make sure, I mean, we'll annex if somebody wants to come in, especially if it's went through and, you know, it's, the planning commission, it is, you know, touches the city limits, and that's something we do. But, we just gotta make sure when we need to let the planning commission know, you know, that what happened in the public hearing, and then, let them know that, there's 2 residentials on each side that we need to, they'll need to think about before they go forward. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he's wanting to build a rental property, or somebody said put a business, I don't know.
That's what I was.
But I mean, that's all legal for him to come into the city of Harriman. So we'll make sure we put the exhibit 1 that the planning commission approved, the plan of services with it.
So I think the process, according to what we said in the public hearing, would be, if we approve this, it would go to planning commission to make a determination if it stays residential or if it's changed to commercial based on what the owner wants it to be. So I think our job, correct me if I'm wrong, is just to pass it. Attorney, I think it's just our job just to say, yes, we're fine with that property coming into our annexation, and then the planning commission, you all will make the determination if it's changed over to a commercial or not.
Right.
I need a motion.
We already have.
Who was it? You?
It was,
Did we ever get a second?
you did.
Okay, have y'all, that's it?
Well, yeah, good based upon, what Ms. Harris, Councilman
Okay.
Harris said, with all these things taken into consideration,
Okay, go ahead, Teresa, roll call.
Brian Frost.
Yes.
Tim Johnson.
Yes.
Alicia Harris.
Yes.
John Brackett.
yes.
Travis Kirkland.
Yes.
Kenyon Me.
Yes.
Motion passes. Discuss and possibly approve the transfer of the deed for the 1984 tractor VIN C639742 to the city of Kingston. Anyone have any questions on that?
Second. A second.
You have anything on it, Kenya?
No.
No.
Okay. Go ahead, Teresa.
Brian Frost.
Yes.
Tim Johnson.
Yes.
Alicia Harris.
Yes.
John Brackett.
Yes.
Travis Kirkland.
Yes.
Kenyon Me.
Yes.
Discuss and possibly approve entering the contractual negotiations with a self-serve kayak rental company for Riverfront Park.
Motion.
Need a second?
Second.
Scott, you want to elaborate on that first?
Council, there's a picture of this in your packet. Charlie and I have looked. We've taken it before the Harriman Parks and Rec Committee. And what it is, it's a company out there that will put a self-serve kayak rental down at our new pier. We'll have a kayak canoe launch. It'll be a 5-year agreement. What I would like permission to do, and I've spoken with our attorney and both of our attorneys about this, submitted their contract back from them to make sure it's redlined and taken out. But if possible, I'd like to enter negotiations. The cost would be approximately $12,000 for us to enter into an agreement with them. That would be for 5 years, and then we would split the profit or the proceeds revenue 60-40 with that company. I would like to build into the contract that we decide to put another one on further down the road, that we could get that at a lesser amount of cost. But I would like, if possible, the authority to not exceed $12,000. Of course, once we get a contract, we bring it back before council, but I would like permission to be able to enter those type of negotiations in conjunction with our attorney for y'all's final approval. I think it would be a good, we talked about in our Parks and Rec Committee, when our dock gets put in, a lot of people don't have kayak canoes, and so that's just going to help build up more interest. I think it'll be utilized greatly. Again, other than the $12,000 ceiling for that, which we have in the Parks and Rec budget, I think that's really going to help jumpstart the activity as far as on the water down there.
This paperwork says 70-30, you're saying 60-40?
It's 60-40, and you see all my scribbles on there where I've talked to that guy about the different prices.
Is that the guy picking from LA? Is that what we're talking to?
This group's out of Kansas.
Okay.
That's it. There you go. Let's see.
So you're on negotiating with all the stuff John gave you about being able to get out of the contract at any time, that type of thing?
Yeah, did I share that with y'all, Councilman?
Yeah, I think there was.
Or you see that scribbling in there or something? Oh, yeah, I put the email back and forth, yeah. That, Councilwoman, that option 2 was that's typically the revenue, but me talking, I said, listen, we'd be the first group in Tennessee, and there's got to be some benefit, and so that was just part of the negotiations. So, yeah, the way it sits now, and it's at our attorney, instead of 70-30, it'd be 60-40.
Okay.
That's one thing I love about it too, is it being the first one.
Well, if approved, we want to use that to our benefit.
I mean,
But
we
at the
will.
same token, I don't look at it being a revenue producer. I asked the company, what can we expect? And he said, well, a town your size, he said, I could throw some numbers out, but they work in some places and other places they don't. Charlie and the Parks and Rec Committee talking, the whole idea is not to make revenue, but to get people down there on the river and enjoy it. It's a family activity.
Yeah, in my opinion, the name Harriman keeps popping up, whenever that's mentioned. And to me, that's, just word of mouth, which your business owners know that, that's probably one of the best forms of advertisement that possibly can be. I guess it's okay to ask this question. Did our attorney have to tweak anything in their language on that contract?
Yeah, there's quite a bit. You can go in there and say, I've made some marks and talk with this individual, speaking with our attorney. So we've sent it to John and Gavin to take care of the red lines and the parts we had issues with. And if I expressed to this owner, I said, we're not going any further until we get council approval, until our attorneys have approved it. So we don't have a final contract yet.
Okay, but best of your knowledge, that's going to be satisfied, right? I mean,
If our attorney's satisfied with it, yes, I'll be.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's got a long ways to go before we bring it back. But
Okay.
it's not insurmountable as long as they're reasonable.
Okay. That's just kind
Those kayak and canoe launches you're putting in, those are gonna bring a lot of people.
Yeah, and that'll be part of the new dock that's down there.
Yeah.
So, and we do have people in Harriman that already enjoy that recreational activity, so it's going to be a benefit to them as well. As part as City of Harriman, we're on the Riverline project, but we're not considered a town on the Riverline project because we're not on the main body of Watts Bar Lake. But in serving on that committee, when the use will pick up on the Emery River, we think we will be included. We've already petitioned to be included as one of those cities to be on the river line, so that puts us on the map just in one other location.
Okay. Go ahead, Teresa.
Brian Frost.
Yes.
Tim Johnson.
Yes.
Alicia Harris.
Yes.
John Brackett.
Yes.
Travis Kirkland.
Yes.
Kenny Me.
Yes.
Discuss and possibly approve an appointment to the Walden Ridge Overlay District. And I spoke to the mayor the other day, and he is wanting to put Greg Buckles as the nominee in that position. Is everybody okay with that?
The motion.
Yeah, I need a motion for it.
Motion.
Everything's okay on that?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead, Teresa.
Brian Frost.
Yes.
Tim Johnson.
Yes.
Alicia Harris.
Yes.
John Brackett.
Yes.
Travis Kirkland.
Yes.
Kenny Me.
Yes.
And we're now to mayor and council remarks. Mr. Kirkland?
Yes. I think we missed it. I don't know on that, on the self-serve kayak rental, I know we had a vote. Did we have a motion? We did?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, I'll talk to Keith tomorrow then. Keith said they didn't have a motion or a second. All right.
Brian and I.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it was
sorry.
Brian and,
Okay.
Maybe I'm having his hair problems.
I guess so. Yeah, we did.
go ahead, Mr. Kirkland. You got anything? Mr. Frost?
No, sir.
Ms. Harris?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bradshaw?
No, sir.
I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Need a second. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Likewise.